Gentlemen, welcome to a new segment of Choosing the Right Forklift. Today, I wish to enlighten you an important segment in the forklift industry, which could be really helpful irrespective of your job role in warehouse logistics. As a person in charge of warehouse operations, you will be concerned on the challenges in warehouse logistics. You will be thinking deeply on how to improve your warehouse operations. Yes, one of your biggest challenges will be to choose the right warehouse tracks for your specific operations. Today, we are going to talk about electric forklifts. If you are a beginner, you have a lot on the plate. It is very interesting to know that in 1990s, about 60% forklifts were IC engine forklifts, and only 40% were electric tracks. Now the market share has reversed. Today, 60% are electric tracks, and only 40% makes internal combustion engine tracks. Let us see what is an electric forklift. In electric forklifts, power is conveyed by an electric motor instead of an IC engine such as diesel, petrol, or other kind of engines. In electric forklifts, the steering system, lifting of the track, and the lighting system are electronically controlled. An electric forklift is equipped with high efficiency AC driving motor. In ancient days, DC motors were used and they are now outdated. This is because they were only able to draw power from the available battery voltage. As the battery charge reduced, motor's power output was reduced, and the machine got weaker as the shift progressed. As you know, in AC motors, the forklift performance is maintained as the battery voltage reduces. We can call the motor as the heart of an electric forklift, as it powers also other electrical components. The motor converts electrochemical energy into mechanical energy. The motor is directly connected to the drive axle, and in fact, there is no transmission. If your motor fails to move, your truck can't move forward or reverse or lift up or down. The motor receives power from a rechargeable industrial battery. In an electric forklift, there is a large battery to power the truck. The battery is very heavy, and also it's expensive than an automobile battery. The battery acts partially as a counterweight, and so it is saving the space in the truck. The battery is located either under the driver's seat or on the rear, depending upon the battery size. As you know, electricity is stored in what we call liquid-filled cells, and there are cables to supply power to the electric motor. As the battery size increases, the number of cells, I mean the electrochemical cells within the battery increases. The battery voltage will be normal, it will be between 12 to 96 volts in normal case. However, it could be 36 or 48 volts, which are most commonly used. Generally, electric forklifts are lead acid batteries for many indoor logistics operations. In food industries, mostly lithium ion batteries are used because there is no acid spillage or fumes generated. As you know, the batteries are very expensive, and so they should be cleaned and maintained with proper water level. How can we clean outside of an electric forklift? The only way to keep an electric forklift is to use an air compressor. If you can use the right amount of air pressure, it can remove most of the dirt easily off the outside of your forklift. As you know, if you use water, it can damage the electrical components, and it can cause electrical shortage. By the way, electric forklifts are not designed to operate in rain. They are water resistant, but of course they are not waterproof. An electric forklift has hydraulic system, for for power steering and for lifting and tilting operations. One of the safety features of an electric forklift is using velocity fuses on mass cylinders. This feature prevents sudden falling of the mast as it is raised in case of hoist rupture of pressure because of the pressure drop. Another feature is hydrostatic power steering, and its function is to prevent steering wheels from kicking back if they come against any stable object. One of the prime safety features is anti-rollback mechanism. That gives signal that the forklift is on a slope, and it gives better control to the driver against accidents. The anti-roll mechanism, an anti-rollback system electrically stops the forklift from rolling back even if the brake is released. Now, let us see, why do we need to consider an electric forklift? There are so many reasons. If you ask your forklift dealer for a maintenance contract for your electric truck, he will be quoting you a rate comparatively lower than an IC engine truck. This is because an electric forklift truck doesn't have engine. Those trucks don't have engines, they don't have transmissions or radiators. Thus, you save on overall maintenance costs. Electric trucks have less moving parts, so the overall running cost will be less compared to an IC engine truck. Since you don't need a liquid fuel, you save a lot of money in your routine job. regarding the brake. As soon as the driver leaving foot from the pedal, brake is automatically applied. So there is a less wear and tear for the brake parts. If you look at the center of gravity, there is large center of gravity in electric tracks. So there will be better stability and capacity rating will be better at higher lifting heights. Forklift emission is negligible compared to an IC engine track. The pollution is well controlled and which is very good for your workers. Also, disposal of waste fluids will be very less since there is no engine or transmission. Electric forklifts work with less noise, and it is better for the health of your workers. There is very limited or very little movement of arms and foot on the driver, so naturally the productivity will be increased. The battery itself acts as counterweight, and so only minimum space is required, and it is good to work in narrow spaces. Now, on the other hand, why should you not consider an electric forklift? Of course, the purchase price is very high as compared to an electric track. It is not possible to guarantee its performance as you need to put into cold, wet or corrosive conditions. Also, if you forget to charge the unit overnight and you don't have a standby unit, your day operation will be adversely affected. There should be sufficient ventilation for charging the battery. It is not always easily manageable to clean, water and charge the batteries to meet your schedule. Also, it is not an easy job to handle a battery which is around 1.5 ton, and it needs proper place for its safe handling. Fast charging generally draws more current than regular charges. It means charging more current than, charging the track whenever there is a break. That is a fast charging. If you have a large fleet of trucks, you may need to upgrade the electrical service at higher cost. So it's a very brief information on electric trucks. Before I wind up today, let me tell you that the difficult choice with most companies is not just the type of fuel. The tough job for companies is to choose the right track for their applications. Please share with us your concerns and we will be pleased to assist you with proper solutions. And please let me know your feedback on this video. And this is Tajuddin Qasim signing off. See you soon with the next part. Goodbye.